You're listening to the 49 Carats Podcast, a 49ers Goldmine production with Stephanie Sanchez.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the 49 Carats Podcast. I'm your host, Steph, and I'm back with another prospect interview. Joining me today, linebacker Abraham Beauplan. How you doing today, Abraham?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for coming on. For those of you tuning in, make sure you guys give this a thumbs up, show your support. We're just going to get right into it, jump into these questions here. Abraham, you spent a couple of years playing JUCO at Navarro College. Tell us a little bit about how the opportunity to play at Marshall came about.
So I played 2 seasons at Navarro College. So coming out of high school, I had to go JUCO because of my test scores were low. So I had to play 2 seasons of junior college, and it was great over there. Then my last season, Coach Troy from Marshall University, he came to the school, and he watched my film and he was impressed. So he gave me the offer, so I was excited for that.
Awesome. And was there a year at Marshall where you felt like the game just started to slow down for you? Things just started clicking?
I mean, coming in, I feel like the coaches did a great job, with the play, making sure what's going on. So coming in, I feel like it was an easy transition for me. Since junior college kind of prepared me for this opportunity also, because I feel like even though junior college is not D1, but it's close to D1 football. So, and I was able to gain that experience playing JUCO ball.
Awesome. And one of the things that for me stands out in your game is your run defense. What do you think has made you such a strong run defender? Has it been the film study, speed, reaction time, getting off blocks? Like, what is it for you that you think has made that such a strong point of your game?
When it comes to that, I feel like I'm one of the best linebackers in the box because of I take that very seriously. I feel like being a linebacker, you got to take pride in doing that. So for me to be at the level that I was, a lot of film study comes into it. Understanding the defense and stuff, knowing your plays, your gaps and stuff like that. So that kind of helped me play at the level I was playing.
And you mentioned film study, but when it comes to that, what are some of the things that you look for in your opponent? Some hints as to what they're running over there. Looks like your video
for me.
It was
my bad.
Based on video a bit.
No,
I got you.
Go ahead. I'm waiting for you.
Oh, no. I don't know if I froze on your end. You froze for me. I don't know if it was my internet, but you're good. I got you now.
All right, cool. So, yeah, for me, the things I look for is what kind of plays come, when officers get in different personnel, what kind of plays and gap scheme they run. So that was one of the things I look for, like if it's 11 personnel, 10 personnel, or 12 personnel, what they like doing. And a lot of times you can get little tendencies from the guard also. So I usually look for little stuff like that. The guards, the running back, is he taking a different type of steps when it's this type of offense or a gap scheme? So yeah, these are the little things I look for when I watch film.
Well, it's obvious, that you do your homework, right? Because you do so well at it. But I know you played some outside linebacker as well. At some point, I think it was in Navarro, right? What is your mindset when you're asked to rush the passer?
My mindset is get to the ball. That's whenever I get asked to rush the passer, I'm just trying to get a sack. That's all it is.
Okay, I respect that. I mean that's the job, right? That's
That,
so I
that,
respect that.
that's it.
Are there any players you grew up watching a lot of, or that you kind of try to model your game after a bit?
Oh yeah. So growing up, when I started playing football in high school, one of the guys I like watching was Ray Lewis, obviously, and he's one of the greatest in the game. So I watched him a lot growing up, and also like in today's game, I watch. I'm a fan of Fred Warner, so I like the way he plays and how he plays in the passing game. He's effective in all downs. Third down, first down, second down, it doesn't matter. So that's the type of player I aspire to be.
Yeah, I mean Fred Warner definitely one of those ones, he's a dog out there. So
But
unbiasedly, I hope I'm saying this, but I definitely think, he's a good one to study.
most definitely.
There was a lot of talk about trash talking this week after the women's NCAA national championship. Personally, I love a good trash talk. Would you call yourself a trash talker at all? Like, what energy are you bringing to the field?
I feel like for me, I feel like that's part of the game. That's what makes the game fun. You got to be
Yeah,
able to at least say a little something. You know what I mean? So I'm not one of the guys that talk a lot, especially, but I like it though. I feel like it makes the game fun.
for sure. I think so too. Both as like I'm sure as a player and as a fan, I think it makes it fun too. So
For
definitely
sure.
feel that. I know you were invited to the Tropical Bowl this off season. Congrats on that, by the way.
Thank you.
Um, how did it feel to get that invite?
I mean, it was great. It was great. Uh, just being able to be one of the guys to get that invite. Although I didn't even, unfortunately, I couldn't attend, but it was great to get that invite for sure.
Okay, so we're, I know you said you weren't able to attend. Like, so were you in training at that time or rehabbing something? If you don't
Well,
mind me
yeah,
asking.
so my last season, I was dealing with a high and a low ankle sprain. So uh, doing training, I was still dealing with that. So I didn't want to, kind of go back and kind of messed up the progress I made. So because of that, I try to do little stuff to better myself, knowing that my party was coming up. So I didn't want to risk that.
Yeah, yeah, it does definitely. And I know Marshall did have their pro day March 22nd. 49ers had their assistant director of college scouting there, Justin Chabot. How did you feel about your results? Like, were you happy with how you did?
Uh, I mean, I was satisfied, but I feel like I could have did better. But I was satisfied for sure though.
What specifically like did you feel you could have done better?
Uh, the 40, I didn't do the 40, but I did everything else. I did the 20 yard shuttle, the three cones. I did all that, and bench. I did the vert, bar jump. Um, I was satisfied, but knowing me, I feel like I could have done way better for sure though.
Yeah, I mean, it's that competitiveness, right? I think
Yeah,
that's just that coming out. And so now that the pro day is over, you're getting back into football focused training, right? Because like preparing for pro days, like you gotta work on speed and all that. It's just different kind of training. So
yeah.
now, what is a typical training day looking like for you?
So right now my trainer got me training 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And on Tuesday we go on the field and do some field work for about 2 hours. And on Mondays we train for about two, two to 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours. Um, and Wednesday about the same. So that's what it looked like.
Oh, and is there anything specifically that you're looking to work on leading up to the draft? Like, maybe getting your weight up or just anything in your game.
I weighed in at 241 in my putty, so I feel like
You
that's
good.
that's yeah, that's good for sure. The only thing I'm trying to get better at is just trying to stay healthy and stay prepared for the next opportunity. That's all it is.
And, on top of continuing to train, I know this is a really busy time for you as far as like meetings and visits go. Do you have any like top 30 visits or Zoom calls coming up?
Mostly they talk to my agent about stuff like that. I gotta go right now. I'm in West Virginia, at Marshall University, so I gotta go to the Dolphins and on the 14th coming up. So I'm excited for that.
Sweet, awesome. Well, good luck on that visit. And what kind of feedback have you been hearing from teams so far? Like, what do they think about you?
So a lot of teams when they talk to me, they really like my film. Uh, they feel like I can do it all, and for me, I believe I can do it all. I feel like I'm an all down linebacker. I can play on all three levels. So they kind of that's what they've been telling me, literally.
And look, I know you mentioned Fred Warner, guys that you like to watch in today's game, and I know you'd be happy to be picked up by any team, but what would it mean for you hypothetically to be able to join a team like the 49ers, get to learn under a guy like Fred Warner?
Frankly, it would be a blessing for me actually. For if you look at what he's done for the game and being able to learn from him, it would be a blessing for sure. And I feel like he's obviously he got to be number one in the league right now. So I can get a lot of stuff from him for sure.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't disagree on that for sure. And I know you mentioned like you have met with the 49ers at this point in the pre-draft process. If you can recall, because I know again it's been a long off season, a lot of things have happened. But if you can recall, like how did that meeting go for you?
Uh, yeah, I mean, I talked to Jason Quan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy, man. He's a great guy. We had a great conversation. He just wanted to know about me, learn about me and stuff. And we talk a little football, so it was a great conversation for sure.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, hoping that, the 49ers would definitely consider you. But look, one last question for you, because I like to end all my interviews with this. What is a team, what is a fan base getting with the Abraham Beauplan, both on and off the field?
Uh, so one thing I pride myself is being consistent. So if any teams who decided to go with me, you're gonna get a consistent player and a guy you can depend on, and who's gonna be where he's supposed to be, do what he's supposed to be. I'm a guy you ain't gotta worry about for sure. And I'm a great guy. I like being around people and learn from people. I never feel like I know it all, so I'm always willing to learn. So
Uh,
I'm very humble, so I like that.
I love that. And I think a team and a fan base is gonna love that as well. We got one comment here from Jedi. LB3 rookies have a shot to make the club. Let's go, Abraham. Are you a dog? We want dogs here, especially our linebackers. So, would you call yourself a dog?
Hey, you just gotta put up the film and spot for yourself.
Let's go. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I would agree. But Abraham, thank you so much for taking the time to join the pod today. Again, I know it's a busy time, so definitely appreciate you taking the time. And good luck to you during the draft. And it's coming up real soon. And of course, beyond that, definitely going to be rooting for you and following your journey wherever you go.
Appreciate you. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. And for those of you guys watching, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy content like this. There will be plenty more to come. But for now, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, people. Peace.